I started this project, I had no idea the breadth and depth of types and qualities of stories and the type of quality of talent we would have. So as the individual performers came up to me and started telling their stories, this has been a blessing to me. So this has been really a fun thing. Our next performer, those of you who have been around here a while, probably remember the Studebaker, I guess debacle or whatever, where Studebaker just kind of went out of business. And Jake Borowski, grandfather, right? Worked on the line. I'm going to let Jake tell you guys the story. Jake, is you're a current board member, or you were a board member?
Yeah, for a couple years.
So, Jake Borowski, everybody.
Hey guys. Yeah, I'm Jake. I grew up here. I was born here. My grandfather, worked for Studebaker. He worked for a long time there, and I'm not exactly an expert on Studebaker. And more and more as I think about it, I start to wonder why I'm not, because it's very interesting to me, just in general, how this town came together because of that huge business, and then what happened after it left. Because I grew up in the shadow of what happened after it left, which is my grandfather started working there when he was 15. He started working there because his father brought the family over from Poland for the job, and his father died on the way. And so my grandfather kind of, I don't know, he pretended he was him, or he went to work in his place. So my grandfather was working there his whole life, even part of his childhood. And the way that I grew up knowing my grandfather was, I mean, I knew him, he died when I was a teenager, but I don't remember ever him talking about Studebaker. I know that he was one of the last 20 people that worked there because he was there, he had seniority. So they kept doing these layoffs, and he was there, I think, a little bit after when it was announced that they were leaving. And as I think about it now, I moved back to South Bend 8 years ago, and I started playing music all the time. Me and my sister have a little thing called Star Heart. We play around here all the time. I had written a song when I was away. I was in Kansas City. I lived there for a while, and I wrote this song called For Your Poor Heart. And I didn't know why. I didn't know really what it was about. When we started playing the song together, my sister and I, she always lived there, so when I moved back, we were like, let's put our music together and play out. So when I was showing her the song, when I was showing other people that played on the song with us, I was going through some of the lyrics. What do you think? Yeah. I was going through some of the lyrics, and they were asking me, well, what are you talking about, or what's going on? I mean, it clearly is about South Bend, because I say South Bend in the song. But like the chorus is a picture moving in the rain. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know why I said that, but now I'm thinking that I remember this, like, my grandfather's porch, he had like this laminated picture, because it was outside, and it was kind of on like a little swing, and it was of him working on the line. And there's similar pictures over at the Studebaker Museum, which that's incredible over there. I mean, it's really nice that we have that. And then there's a line that's called A Distant Company of Pain, A Distant Company of Pain. And so I was like, wow, okay, well, that was what I perceived when I was a kid. Just all I knew is that he worked at Studebaker and that he didn't talk about it, and he drank a lot. So I just figured that there had to be a lot of like trauma there. And so now that I think about it in the context of what I'm doing here in South Bend, which is playing music out, and then one of the reasons I can do that, because it's not that lucrative, is how hard my grandfather worked and how much that was his whole life. And again, even when the thing that he was always doing which was providing for his family, was taken away, what happened to him after that was that he didn't do anything. He just drank, lived off the pension. That's how I remember him. And it's just interesting to me that he probably, well, he wasn't the only one. So there's this whole community here, right, that we live in, and that we're coming out of really still. I mean, generationally, we're two or three, not one or two beyond that. And to see the relics of it around here, and to think about how hard those people must have worked for us for this city that we live in now, which I love. And my sister and I were doing a charity show for the homeless center at South End City Church. And so we were putting together a set list, and I put the song on it. And not even like, it was like when we were like just about to play, I realized that South End City Church was one of the factories, and that maybe my grandfather worked there. I mean, he probably did, I'm sure he did. So it was really special to play that song there and come full circle. And again, I think that I was able to learn music and play music so much more than I would have if all the work that generation before me people put in for me to be able to use my talents playing music and doing it in the place where my family is from and where I guess all that kind of pain and trauma happened working for a company that was the whole town, and then that company leaves. And I haven't thought about it that much. I think I've thought about it through playing music and writing music, but just to be a part of that community now is something that's very, very special. So I'll play the song. It's called For Your Poor Heart.
For your poor heart, all South Bend town, the spring sings soft, the streets roll down. She sings from no one's around. And grazing on the dawn peeks through, she left the storm to morning dew. Maybe the sky can show some blue. A picture moving in the rain, a distant company of pain. Cafe is born, chain fence raised. The traffic is no longer sleeping 'cause it wakes the haze. The suits will walk, the cows will graze. So it says, lay grace on thee, she's years ahead, and still standing, her heart's in the street, soul of the city. A postcard from the time that was, mostly tell